Coming up on First at 4, a college athlete charged with assault. What school administrators are saying about the incident. Plus, a deputy is shot in the line of duty. We're getting the latest details out of Wayne County.
Plus, sunny weather will stick around through midweek. Your forecast on the way as Mountain News First at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, a Union College football player is charged with assault. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox is at the college with more on the incident.
Police charged Tony Norman with assault, fourth-degree dating violence. Police said the charges came after they found red marks on the victim's body. Police arrested Norman Saturday morning. Norman is listed on the Union College football roster. School administrators released a statement to WYMT saying they are aware of the incident. Administrators said they will await the outcome of the legal process before determining further action. Norman was taken to the Knox County Detention Center in Barberville. Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Tony Norman is set to appear in court again on April 30th. A Southern Kentucky Sheriff's deputy is still recovering after being shot. The Wayne County deputy was shot Monday while serving papers in a rural part of the county. Police say this kind of activity is becoming more dangerous. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more.
The Wayne County Deputy Sheriff was airlifted to a Tennessee hospital Monday following this incident, and he was treated there and released. He is now recovering at home. The deputy was shot in the chest, his bulletproof vest saving his life. The deputy was serving papers at a home on Carter's Dock Road when police say he was shot. Police flooded the area Monday night and stayed there well into the morning before clearing the scene. The coroner says he was called out there around 10:45 p.m. and a man was pronounced dead at the scene. Kentucky State Police say the officer-involved shooting resulted in their critical incident response team being called to investigate. There were no other injuries reported. We are also working to get more information on the man who died, the result of what police are simply calling an officer-involved shooting. We hope to have a whole lot more later today, but for now in Wayne County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Kentucky State Police are not releasing the name of the deputy or the name of the man pronounced dead at the scene.
Well, we are about 7 hours away from the start of spring, but we are starting the new season on a chilly note. Temperatures on Tuesday are below average. We should be in the upper 50s, and most of us this afternoon in the lower 50s, but some nice weather in terms of the sunny weather. A live look from the WYMT studios, and not a cloud in the sky in Hazard, and same story for all of us across the region. Up on First Alert Pinpoint Doppler, a clean sweep, and that will continue as we go into this evening. Those current temperatures in the middle to lower 50s in some areas, up to 53 in Pikeville, 52 in Manchester, also for London and Jackson, 54 over in Harlan at this hour. Also tracking some breezy winds gusting to 25 in Jackson, gusting to 26 in Somerset, also in London at this hour. Some more cool weather is on tap as we go into this evening. Lows are not as cold as last night, but still chilly as you wake up on Wednesday. Most of us in the middle to upper 30s as you walk out the door, but some nice weather is on the way for the first full day of spring tomorrow. We see highs back to near 60. Also some more sunshine, but rain chances are set to increase by Friday. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. The U.S. is taking a tougher stance with Israel over its war to destroy Hamas. President Biden spoke with Israel's prime minister by phone yesterday for the first time in weeks. He told him not to invade the southern Gaza city of Rafah without a plan to protect the nearly 1.5 million displaced people who are sheltering from the fighting there.
The President told the Prime Minister again today that we share the goal of defeating Hamas, but we just believe you need a coherent and sustainable strategy to make that happen.
President Biden also asked the Prime Minister to send a senior interagency team composed of military, intelligence, and humanitarian officials to Washington in the coming days to hear U.S. concerns about Israel's current Rafah planning. Meanwhile, the group that organized the first aid boat to Gaza confirmed today that the boat's cargo of roughly 200 tons of food aid has been delivered successfully to northern Gaza. It comes as virtually half the population of Gaza is now officially starving, according to the world body that declares famine. A second aid boat is currently loaded with 240 tons of aid ready to depart Cyprus, but it is sitting at the dock due to bad weather. Just hours ago, a divided Supreme Court lifted a stay on a Texas immigration law, while a legal battle over immigration authority plays out in court. SB 4 would let state and local law enforcement stop, jail, and prosecute migrants accused of entering the U.S. illegally. The Biden administration is suing to strike down the measure, arguing that it's unconstitutional and oversteps federal immigration law. Texas Governor Greg Abbott defended SB 4 in a recent interview with CBS's 60 Minutes.
Texas very simply is enforcing the laws that are the policy of the United States Congress.
A judge could order the arrested migrants to leave the United States. Texas has argued it has a right to take action over what Texas authorities have called a crisis at the southern border. The U.S. Border Patrol says it had a record high 2.4 million southern border encounters last year. Coming up on First at 4, a major milestone in the reconstruction of the famous Notre Dame Cathedral, when the famous cathedral is set to be fully rebuilt.
Plus, nice weather will continue through midweek, but rain chances are back by Friday. Those details coming up.